before I go any further, I wanted to tackle how a hydrogen ion looks like, because I have been quite happily calling it, H plus, and say, oh look, this is a hydrogen ion, but I've also called these ones H3O plus hydrogen ions, and I said, oh, they're the same, they're interchangeable. You have to be comfortable with that. We very often talk about the hydrogen ion as H plus, and we write it like this when it suits us to balance, for example, an equation, or just to make things slightly shorter. However, if you think of how hydrogen has only one electron, hydrogen plus would have no electrons. It would just be a proton. It would just be the nucleus. That's too reactive. It would not be stable in any shape or form. You are talking about one positive charge on its own with absolutely no electrons around. What we have is a molecule of water. A molecule of water, if you think of how a molecule of water looks like, that because it has electrons to donate, it's able to capture this hydrogen with one positive charge, this proton, and get it into its sphere and make an extra bond. If you remember coordination bonds, like a ligand, something that has electrons to donate, and the hydrogen has electrons that has orbitals that can accept those electrons. So you make a coordination compound, a coordination ion, and what you have is H3O, so that hydrogen ion, so as making part of that molecule of water, and yes, with a positive charge. So it is more correct, and we should always be writing H3O plus. But sometimes we don't do it because it's faster to balance the equation, or because it doesn't look particularly good if we use the H3O plus, so we write H plus. They are both equivalent. When we write H plus, and sometimes I would like to put it in inverted commas, we might write H plus, but what we mean is what really exists, which is the H3O plus. We quite happily call both of them hydrogen ions, although this one should be more correctly and you will see it in some books called like that, when we correctly call hydronium ions. However, I honestly don't think of anything that calls them like that. We all call them hydrogen ions. And sometimes we use the word proton. But we don't mean proton, a positive charge in the nucleus, we mean this H plus or H3O plus. And you need to be comfortable when you're reading and when you're studying acid-base chemistry to move across one or the other at ease, because we chemists do it all the time, and you will see it quite easily in the books how they move sometimes seemingly randomly between H3O plus or H plus, depending what suits to the balancing the equation.